Now, it's a case of finding candidates once you have jobs on and once you prioritize which job you should focus on. So only focus on, I would say, 1 to 2 jobs after getting 10 jobs on and understanding exactly where you should make money. Now, at this point, you can get a job board on and do free trials. You can use LinkedIn. But don't get free trials before you've even got jobs on. This doesn't make sense now, right? So at what point do you get a job board on? Get a job board on when you have jobs on, but more importantly, you've understood exactly when or exactly which job is going to be good for you, where you're going to make money. Pivotal. How do you get candidates? Where are you going to get candidates from? Now, in essence 7, because you're going to take the weekend off, if you want to take the weekend off, though I would highly advise speak to candidates on the weekends, because weekends is a fantastic time to speak to candidates. Now, why? Because, well, everyone's off, aren't they? Everyone's off on the weekends. If you're working on your job and stuff, you're not actually going to want to work. You're not going to want to speak about a new job. This is crucial. Many parts of this is crucial, obviously, but this is important. I need you to understand, right? 70% of the candidates, okay, are passive. Okay? I'll explain what I mean. 30% are active. Now, what does that mean? That basically means that 70% of the market is not actively looking for a new job. Now, if I call someone and they're on a 30K job, and I call them and I say, well, I've got a job for you, it's paying 35K, it's closer to your house, is it fair to say that they will at least be interested? Yes? 70% of the market is that person. They haven't got their CV up, they are not actively looking, but if you speak to them about the right job, they will say yes. I mean, who's going to say no to more money and a closer job and maybe remote working and maybe a manager that's not an evil person? Of course, a lot of people will be interested. So if you really want to find the good candidates, it's not here, it's actually here. The passive candidates. Because the active candidates, a lot of the times have been made redundant, been let go, sometimes can be dead wood, a lot of the times, right? But the passive candidates are in a job working right now, and guess what? No one has access to them. Okay? It's important for you guys to understand this. So if you think that on a job board you can't find candidates, that's completely fine. Go on a job board, use job boards, use LinkedIn as well. Go back 2 years. Go back 3 years if you have to. It's not a problem, okay? But the point is your best candidates will definitely be in that passive market. So when do you start using job boards? Start using job boards. Let's say on the weekend now you're calling candidates, you're asking them, are you looking for work? What's going on, etc., etc., etc. The questions you need to ask your candidates, if you don't ask the right questions to your candidates, you will not make money. Let me be clear. The questions you have to ask your candidates are crucial. And so when you're asking questions to your candidates, it has to be where you understand, is this candidate actually looking for a new job, or is he just entertaining a chat with me? What do you do? Well, you want to ask about travel. You want to ask about holidays. You want to ask about future plans in terms of progression. Okay? You ask about future plans in terms of progression, current team. So what do I mean by that in particular is like, are they being managed by someone? How's the relationship with the managers? How's the team right now? Ask them over and over again, what are the reasons you're looking for a new job? Now, they're going to say something like salary, something obvious, but I want you to ask that question again and again. I want you to ask this. The 3 most important things in your new job, what are they? Ask like that. Then they will have to think and they will tell you the real answers. Once you know those real answers, guess what it comes down to? It comes down to you can now tell the client